Lucky they have catch up for maths. Yes. So after this, I plan to open a bottle of red and watch maths, just PS. But anyway, my priority right now is all of you guys. So, yeah, I just wanted to share about tribe support. And you've probably, obviously, you've all applied for it, and I just wanted to take this opportunity just to share a bit and to kind of give my heart and my vision first, and then we can go from there. So, I mean, a lot of you obviously follow Mums Who Whine and you know a bit about it, but our vision for Mums Who Whine is every mother in every nation investing in her self care. So, obviously, we are Australia based at the moment, but I really believe that our message of self care saves is one that needs to be global, and that is on my vision. That is my heart. And I literally, to be really honest, I have mums contact me regularly from around the world asking when, well, not at the moment because we're not allowed to leave the country, but prior to COVID, I had mums from the UK, from the US, from Canada, from South Africa contact me and say, when can you bring Mums Who Whine to us? So, it's something that I think that there's a lot of great power in it. And it's something that I really want to get the message out there. Our mission, which a lot of you would be very familiar with, is empowering mothers, building community, and changing lives. And that's something that I really believe in. I live and breathe. I know a lot of you live and breathe that as well. And that's something that I think is really powerful. And the testimonies that I've had in how long we've been operating, nearly 4 years, is incredible. So, but I guess first up, before I kind of dive into it, I just would love for you guys to put in the chat, like, I want this to be really interactive. I don't want you to just, like, obviously you're going to be listening to me, but there is the chat. If you guys jumped onto our virtual cuppas during lockdown, they were really fun. A lot of people made a lot of great friends just by chatting and realized they're in the same area. So if you can just put in the chat now where you're coming from or where you are, because we have mums across Australia that have applied. So it would really be really good to know where you are. So as I'm chatting away, I would love to hear where you are. And then we've got Ali in Canberra, Keilor, Ballarat, Blackburn, Newcastle, Footscray, Mentone, Hawthorn, Gold Coast, amazing, Wallen, Gardenvale. So it just, even just seeing that just shows how awesome this tribe is, that there's people that have given up their time and they're from across Australia. So we've got Adelaide, Narre Warren, Elstonwick, Ocean Grove, amazing. So really, really exciting. So a lot of you are familiar with the story about Mums Who Whine, so I'm not going to go into it, but essentially I started this, as you know, because I moved to a new area. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have any friends, and I was really lonely. And, if you're brave enough, you don't have to, but who has felt loneliness in motherhood? Motherhood is amazing, but it can be really lonely. It can be quite isolating. Even if you've got a great support network, it can be really tough at times. So, my heart is to make sure that we create this beautiful community, and we already have. We have that community that can support mothers of all ages. It's not just new mums. I know there's a lot of older mums that have joined that have got like school age, high school kids that move to a new area, and they're like, we're not dropping them off and talking to mums at the school gate. It's literally dropping and running, and it's like, or they're getting the bus. How do we meet people? So we really want to create this community. And to be honest, it's probably no surprise that you guys know me. I'm sort of go big or go home. I've got big 10-year vision, and one of that, there's a lot in that, but one thing is that I want 1 million members within 10 years. I want 1 million mums across the world investing in their self-care, connecting with other mums, building community. And just imagine the impact that if we had 1 million mums, I know that sounds quite big and scary, but it's totally achievable. 1 million mums that are actually taking time for them. Imagine what impact that would have, not only on them, their family, but their community at large. I also always say that self-care, it's not selfish, it's a necessity. It's not a luxury, it's a requirement. So if we can actually encourage mums to do this and to find friends and build their tribe, then I think that we are going to see such an incredible ripple effect. We are in a loneliness epidemic at the moment, which really breaks my heart. And if I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it till the day I die, I think it's going to be on my tombstone. But if I could just change, if one mum's life is changed, then my job is done. But imagine if a million lives are changed. Like, just imagine the impact. And guess what? I can't do that. I can't do that alone. And that's why I need you guys. And to be honest, I've really, I've been running this for about 4 years. I've, for the most part, been running it on my own, and I've really tried to figure out how can I build this. How, we've, like you saw in the video, we've reached, that's probably about 4 million people now. We've connected like tens of thousands of mums, and we haven't spent a dollar on advertising. It's all through a genuine connection, mums sharing, mums coming to events, inviting other mums, and that's why I think that's the most powerful thing. And that's why I want some help in that, and where you guys come in, which is tribe support. So I just want to share I just quickly, Alison, I love all of this, as I have 2 adult children now, but this is exactly how I felt back then, and totally resonate with all of you like it was yesterday for me. Yeah, and this is what I was saying, like, it's mums of all ages, and we have grandmothers that come. I know we've got Jane on, who is a grandma who came to our Bayside event. She came, and because we get people all the time say, oh, I'm not a new mum, can I come? Can I join the tribe? I'm like, yes, come. We had an event where we had 4 grandmothers that came, didn't know each other, and then they swapped numbers and then they caught up, like 4 cute grandmas. Anyway, that's just one of my favorite stories. It was beautiful. Anyway, I'm very mindful. I want to try and keep this to time. So what is tribe support? So tribe support are Mums Who Whine members who really just want to lock shields with me and our team to help build our community and spread our message. Now, the first thing is that you do need to be a member of Mums Who Whine. My screen's just gone dark, Mark. Is that just mine? And I know that there are a few of you that aren't members, and that's fine. You don't need to jump off or anything like that. But I think the biggest thing is, and you've probably seen my socials lately, you might have got some emails. Our membership is really our only form of revenue, and that is what keeps Mums Who Whine alive, and is what is going to enable us to grow. Our events, if anyone runs events, they're a lot of work, and you don't get a lot of money from them. We do them not to raise revenue, but to build community. So, and the biggest thing is, if you're going out and sharing about Mums Who Whine, and oh my gosh, you should be a member, and people say, are you a member? No, I'm not. So it's kind of just a no-brainer that if you want to be a part of this and help spread our message, which I hope you will, then it is required you to be a member. You don't have to jump on tonight. I know that everyone's got kind of different money situations. We are still in a global pandemic, but that's kind of the first step of it all. So how can you help? There are lots of ways. And I think the biggest thing that and I hope you hear my heart in this, is that I really want this to be approachable for wherever you are at. This isn't like a KPI and you need to do this and you need to do this, and I'm going to be like, okay, where are you at with this? Because we're all mums. We're busy, we're working, we're managing so many things. But so this is why I've created this tribe support, to make it accessible, and you can kind of opt in at any level that you want. So basically the first entry level, or the first way that you can help support us, is to increase awareness. So again, in order for us to grow and impact more mums, like, I think that everyone knows about Mums Who Whine, probably because it's like I live and breathe it. But there's so many people that I speak to, clearly, that don't know about it. And the amount of people, honestly, the messages that I get, and that's why, like, I used to be such a tough cookie, but I cry all the time now. But the messages that I get about the impact that this has had, and so many people say, I wish I found you earlier. Like, I know there's a lot of you on here that have made friends because of coming to an event, or you've watched my story when I was bawling my eyes out because I was having problems breastfeeding, and you realize you were not alone. And I just want more people to know about this and what we're doing for mums. And, I can scream from the hilltops, but when it's your own kind of organization, people are like, yeah, Loz, we get it. Like, we know you love Mums Who Whine, calm the farm. But, and I also want to still have friends that are like, oh my gosh, she's going to talk about Mums Who Whine again. So, it's just to spread awareness so that more people know about us. So how can you do this? So as I said, the first level is to help us spread awareness. So just small things like and share our social media posts. If you see a funny mum meme, or if you see like a powerful quote, or if you see something about our member benefits and you think that there might be some mums that like it, I know a lot of you do it already. Just the impact of liking and sharing a social media post means that there might be a mum that you didn't know that sees it and goes, well, what's Mums Who Whine? And then they follow us, and then they get to see, our messages of support and things like that. You can tag and share our events. So we obviously run events across Australia. They've been on hold, obviously, because of COVID. But if you are in an area, like I know, for example, we're running an event in Geelong for the first time. I don't know many people in Geelong, but if you're in Geelong, or you know a mum who's in Geelong, just by tagging mum friends or sharing it or doing things like that. Like, we had an event in Brisbane, and this just shows the power of people tagging, and it reached 250,000 people. Granted, it was an R&B bottomless rosé brunch, so there was a lot of interest in it. But literally, people just tagging their friends, then they would tag their friends, and people would share it. Like, it sold out in a week and it reached 250,000 people. But that just shows the power of social media. So please know, I'm not asking you to share every single event and your Facebook be flooded, because people are going to stop following you and probably unfriend you. But just simple things like that, that if you're like, oh, I know a few mums in Geelong, or, we're wanting to run some Adelaide events, tag some people. Another really big thing which will help is like sharing about Mums Who Whine in your local area. So, for example, Mums Who Whine is really strong in inner West Melbourne. We've got our events sell out really quickly. So many people know about it. Our strongest membership base is there because I'm here. I'm driving my Mums Who Whine car. People know who I am. Hey, Loz, how you going? I'm wearing these t-shirts. So it's strong because I'm here and I can spread the message, and I can put into local Facebook groups, Business Share Mondays. I can share about Mums Who Whine and all of that, but I can't do that in other areas. Whereas, if you're in Ballarat, and there's a local mums Facebook group, and there's an event coming up for Mums Who Whine, if you can share it or speak to your local school and say, hey, like, there's this event for mums, like, can I put something in the local newsletter? Whatever it is, like, just ways to access, to be where I can't be, or where we can't be. Like, our team is restricted in what we can share and what we can access. And you guys know it, the power of social media is huge. And do you have bumper stickers we can purchase, Kaz? Oh, that's a great idea, Kaz. No, but jotting that down. Beck's like, yes. So, and you know what? Simple things like just talking to another mum. Look, at the very least, like I said, opting in and wanting to be part of the tribe support, you can be as involved as you want to be. If it's simply just talking to a mum at the school gate and saying, hey, have you heard about Mums Who Whine? Like, I was at karate with the boys, and I was talking to a mum. She mentioned that she just moved from Perth and she didn't know anyone. And I told her about Mums Who Whine. She's looked it up, and now she's like, oh, great, I know how to meet people. You don't have to say be a member and blah, 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 blah. Just say, oh, you should check them out. Like, they're a great way to support. Little things like that. All right, so that's sort of the first level. The second level is to support our mums. So we want to build an incredible community and increase support for local mums. And again, I can't do that on my own. So things as simple as like go for a walk with a local mum, and I'll share later about how we're going to actually facilitate that. But go for a walk with a local mum. Oh, yeah, yeah. So Mark was just saying, I know Holly, who is one of our beautiful Mornington Peninsula mums, she actually met another mum, Brittany, by going for a walk because I connected them because they're in their 5 kilometre radius. And Holly's like nodding. And she has, met Brittany. They're great friends now, and they were both quite isolated. And Holly's a first time mum. So things like that, go for a walk with a mum, or make a phone call to a new member. Like what we really want to step up in terms of our community and our support is, getting on the phone to our members, checking in how they're going. If a member's, expiring soon, just checking in saying, hey, how's it all going? I just don't have time to do it. I would love to, I just don't have time. So if it's like, and again, I'll share later how we're going to do it, but if you had 10 minutes and you say, hey, Loz, I can make a couple of phone calls to some members, or if I hear from another mum, like this mum's really struggling, can someone jump on the phone? You never know how much that's going to impact someone. I know we have Beck, one of our beautiful mums, and I know Erin's on here as well. And Beck actually offered during the second Melbourne lockdown to contact some Melbourne mums because we were in struggle town, and it was. Oh, Beck actually said one thing that actually helped me during lockdown was doing some calls to members to check in. So yeah, Beck was in Melbourne. She was struggling herself personally, but she actually said, I want to reach out. And she called several local mums. And we went to an event at the end of, I think it was in January, and there was 2 mums there. And one of those was Erin. And they're like, that honestly, you'd have no idea how much that impacted me. And they're like, the girl was lovely who called. We had a great chat. Erin was actually saying she's a pediatric nurse and she was in isolation because there was a baby that had had COVID. And she's like, I was away from my family and I got a call from someone from mums who wanted to check in on me. It's like she knew. And I'm like, that was Beck. And then they connected, and it was honestly just small things like that, picking up the phone in a day when we're like just on your phone constantly, getting a call to say, I just wanted to check in if you're okay. So little things like that, if that's something you can do. Another thing is just being active in the local social media Facebook groups. Like we have obviously Mornington Peninsula Mums Who Wine, Brisbane Mums Who Wine. And again, people don't always want to hear from me. So if it is like, hey guys, I saw there's this new restaurant open. I'm thinking of going for drinks on Friday night. Would anyone like to join me? That's literally how Mums Who Wine started. We can actually build this beautiful little community, and it doesn't have to be set events. It doesn't have to be, okay, well, I've got to wait for 3 weeks until our event at the winery. Just put something out there. Go, hey guys, I'm going for a walk. Does anyone want to join me? And you will be amazed at how powerful this beautiful community can grow. And I just, oh, Denise, the call Lisa made to me during lockdown made my day. Oh, beautiful, Denise. Yeah, Denise, one of our beautiful Bayside mums. And again, it just shows to bring things back to basics, old school, like literally picking up the phone and saying, and mums don't have a lot of time. I did it, and I actually, to be honest, some mums were on the phone for 40 minutes because I think they were just happy to hear a voice that wasn't their children's. But little things like that. Or I know one of our mums who's on, Christy, she just text messaged a few people if they didn't answer, and then she ended up texting and they've caught up at the park because they're in their area. So just things like that. It's just, making it really simple. I want to make this tribe really open and accessible and build it really organically because that's how it's been built from the start. The third area is to help build memberships and affiliates. So as you know, we partner with 300 businesses across Australia where mums get, whether it's a free wine, a free coffee, discount membership. And again, we want to build this. We've actually just brought our beautiful Gabrielle, who is our Canberra ambassador. She's coming on, Ali's like, yeah, she's coming on to work 1 day a week with us to help build this. Because again, I just don't have time as much as I want to. But I want that. This is an incredible resource, and it's a way not only to support our mums, but it's to support local businesses. But again, I don't know the businesses in Adelaide. I don't know the businesses in Canberra. So if you can actually help us in whether it be just getting a getting businesses on board, or just getting a list, or speaking to your local mum friends and say, hey, where's your favorite cafe, and where's your favorite gym, and just giving us intel, and then we'll do all the work. We'll go and contact them. And one thing that's actually really cool, which one of my girlfriends does, she's a bit sneaky. She goes into places that she genuinely knows are not Mums Who Wine affiliates, and she goes in and she flashes her key ring and she goes, oh, is like, do I get a discount here? Are you part of Mums Who Wine? And they're like, no. And they're like, she's like, really? Are you not part of it? And then she's like, you totally should be part of this. It's amazing. Anyway, so even if they're not, it brings awareness to it. So it's, building the area. I just saw the poll. Would you buy a Mums Who Wine bumper sticker? Yes. 78%. All right, let's do it. We'll make that happen. And also just obviously building memberships and talking to mums and just sharing about it. Like, it's $69. What value you get. Like, I know that I make my membership 10 times over. The mums that have bought it and use it, they make their money back within a couple of weeks. Alison, with business affiliates, is it just to have a conversation with them and ask if you can contact them? Yeah, so it can just be, we've actually got an application form online, and just have a chat to them and say, oh, just jump online and apply, and then it comes to me or to Gabs. But yeah, there's ways about doing it, and I'll put some info into the Facebook group, which I'll share in a second. But again, it's just spreading the message. Or if you go out to a local restaurant and you have a great experience, then let me know, because I want to support these amazing local businesses. But again, I don't know them otherwise. And then the next level, which is obviously a bit higher level, is hosting our events. Now, I know that not everybody wants to host events, and that's okay. Like for me, I could be out every night of the week. I'm a bit of a social butterfly. Beck's pissing herself laughing. No surprise there. Hey, guys. But hosting events is a part of it. But if you are someone who you're like, you know what, I've got a new baby, I'm at home, I can just like and share some Facebook posts. That to me is just as valuable as someone being out and hosting events. Every part of it is important. But with hosting events, obviously, we have two lots of events at the moment. We have it started with 10, which is our small member only events. And as you've probably seen, you've known that we have created these because I just wanted to create a really small, safe environment where genuine connections can be made, that's only for members, so that it's obviously to support our members, and it's also to help us financially build memberships as well. But I really want to be running, once we're cranky in an area, like in Inner West, I think we're running 6 or 7 this next month. Canberra, I know we're running a few. There's no reason why we couldn't be running a Pilates one day, an art class, a coffee, things like that. And so I really just need mums who can say, I'll host a Pilates class. Like, you don't have to run it, obviously, you just have to be there. Obviously we're looking for mums who are really confident, who want, enjoy meeting new people, and it's not like you don't have to get up and make a huge speech, but it's just being there with a smiling face to say, hi, how you going? And so Samara's just asked, for those of us who don't have Facebook, how do we access the local groups? I used to organise events, weddings around the hills, and always happy to arrange a local catch up, but not sure how to catch everyone. I might have to come back to any. Oh, I'm like, Mark, what's the answer to that? The website. We have a website. So, which we're updating. We're going to a whole new amazing system called Salesforce. So that's going to be game changing. So if you don't have Facebook, all of our events are on our website. And if you are on Instagram, I assume you don't, but. Okay, and Mark's just saying if that you're in an area with our new system, you'll actually get sent emails based on events that are just in your area. And it's also going to tailor it. Like if you go to a few fitness sessions, it will send you the upcoming fitness, and it knows your likes and interests and things like that. It's pretty cool, and it's going to be game changing for us. So again, so that's just events, we will also be running bigger style events, which are going to be open for members and non-members. They're largely for new areas. So, for example, the one in Geelong that we're running, it's open to members and non-members. Members will always get a heavily discounted ticket. For the Geelong event, they're getting a pair of our dangle earrings, which are worth $30, just to really honour and just to encourage people to, it's not only just supporting us financially, but it's like good on you for, investing in yourself. Um, is there an approval process for hosting an event? It's a great question. I don't really understand it though. Oh, okay. Mark's like, it's a great question. I'm like, yeah, I don't know the answer. No, so the answer is yes. So with the approval process, so people who are going to be hosting events, I'm actually going to have an interview with the mums who are interested in hosting events, because obviously, as you can understand, if I can't be there, you guys are the face, you're representing the brand, and as obviously I have confidence in people, but I want to make sure I'm very particular in terms of, people that are going to be mindful of the mum that's over and not talking to people and not just chatting to their friends. Not that you guys would do that. So yeah, that's a great question, Anita. So if you are interested in sort of a bit more involvement in that next step, and we'll talk about that with you. But that is something, if I don't already know you, then we will do a Zoom meeting, a Zoom interview, or if we live in the area, we'll catch up in face to face. And Rebecca's comment, I've been looking at Mums Who Wine since 2017, but was scared everyone else would know each other. I only joined in December because of the Started with 10 concept. I'd be happy to host. And you know what? That's really great, Rebecca. And that's just, I've had so many mums that have signed up because we started those smaller events. I can see Jane nodding her head, and Erin came along to our Bayside event. And I think that I really wrestled with it for a long time because, speaking honestly, the larger events brought in money. Like that was, and they kept us afloat. Whereas it started with 10 events. Honestly, we might make $40. Some of our events, to be honest, I'm running a Brisbane winery tour and I'm losing $150 on Saturday. So they are a lot of work to organise and people to host. But again, obviously we're a business, we need to, make things viable, but it just shows the impact that they're having and the amount of mums that have signed up. And you can see there's the initial nerves when they come in, but then it's just like, as opposed to coming into a group of 100 people where you think everyone knows each other. And I think having the seated events have worked really well, like the dinners or the lunches, so that that you've got your spot, you've got your seat, and you can sit there and you're going to have people to chat to. You're not going to be standing lurking in the corner. So yeah, that's really great feedback. And I know that a lot of people have given that, which is really amazing. Sydney. Yes, we are definitely keen for Sydney. So we've got Jen, we have Jen, Elizabeth, and Kaz. So we did host a couple of events in Sydney. That was obviously pre-COVID, but Sydney is definitely high on the list. We've got quite a few members there, and we have a lot of interest in Sydney. So those mums in Sydney, if you're keen to host, please get in contact with me. Okay, so. So I guess, sorry, just back to the bigger events. So the events that are for members and non-members, if it's a brand new area and we're going to do a really big event, I will, where humanly possible, if they let me in the state. I'm trying to get to Perth at the moment because my sister's there and I have to quarantine and it's not happening. But I will try to be, at the bigger ones. I think that if it is like, particularly if we do a big launch area, because the way that it's run previously is we do a few pop-up events, we get a bit of interest, and then we will launch our membership, which is we'll get the businesses on board, launch the membership, and then we can do the small, it started with 10 events because we've got members in the area. Because obviously if we've got only 10 members in an area, we can't be running it started with 10, because if those 10 can't come, then the event's not going to happen. So, but for the bigger ones, just, for those that might be like, I don't really like public speaking or anything like that, for the most part, I will try to attend. If not, obviously, if you've run a few events and you're confident, we provide a script if it is getting up and sharing about, Mums Who Wine. We're also looking at getting a little just a piece of paper for events in new areas, and just having a QR code and having a bit of just info about us so that people are there, they can read our story, they can get the QR code, and then the person hosting it isn't needing to stand up and share my story. They can just read it themselves and they can take it home. So, and you know what? The biggest thing, guys, I'm open to ideas. Like, I'm literally throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. So if you guys have ideas, please share with me. And also, just quickly, I know we've had a few join late, so just to let you know that it is being recorded, so you can go back and watch it, the bit that you missed later. But we're really excited to have you on board, obviously. Um, so they're kind of the ways that I see this. Obviously, this is evolving. It's just, I'm really excited about it, honestly. I just feel like it's a way that this is going to help grow, like, authentically but powerfully. And it's going to do it with you guys instead of, as I said, me trying to tell everyone that Mums Who Whine is awesome. Like, the best marketing. That's why I haven't spent money on it. Well, didn't really have much money to spend on it, to be honest, but that's why I haven't spent money on marketing or things like that, because the greatest advertisement is from someone else saying, have you heard about them? They're doing great things, check them out. And honestly, when people say, oh, my friend came to an event and made friends, so I came, that's better than me putting, money into Facebook ads and stuff, which we will do at one point. But yeah, so that's really powerful. So the question is, why should you join Tribe Support? What are you guys getting out of it besides being part of a really cool group of awesome women? Well, actually, that's the first thing. You're part of an incredible team. You are part of an amazing tribe, and you're the pioneers and, honestly, the front runners and the people. Like, I just I feel such a I'm getting emotional. I feel such a burden, but a really what's the word? I don't know, it's a healthy burden, because I see the need of these mums and I see the impact that we can have, and I just can't do it alone. And I wish I could be in every area of Australia. I wish I could be traveling around, but I've got 3 kids. I've got a husband who works a full-time job, and I just can't do it alone. And I need people who love our mission and love our mums, who can help support me in this and can help build this into the incredible, it already is an incredible community, but to build it to what it is destined to be. And I see it. Like, I'm a very big vision person, and you guys obviously will probably know that about me. I can see it. I see the impact that this has had and is going to have. And I've just been trying to go, okay, what's the vehicle? And I feel like this is Tribe Support. And you instantly become a part of your own tribe. Like, this group, you're already, like, you are mums, you are women who, honestly, imagine if we can build just Tribe Support. We had 150, I think, apply. We've got 50 on here tonight. Obviously, quite a few mums have got a few things on and things, but imagine if we just build just this tribe to 500 people of mums who genuinely just love and support this and support one another, and you yourself are part of something. Yes, you're part of the bigger Mums Who Whine vision, but you're the ones that are helping me and helping us and locking shields and helping grow. It creates opportunities for you guys to meet new friends and to build community in your area and to do something that's impacting and helping. And it's not just helping me. Like, it's not the Lauren Oliver show. It's Mums Who Whine. We're all mums. We're all a tribe. We need this. Self-care saves is something, sometimes asking for help in order to achieve your vision. Oh, thanks, Beck. Make me cry again. Yeah, it's self-care. It's been a pretty full-on 12 months, and obviously I had a baby in amongst a global pandemic, and um, just the pressure of, like, wages and JobKeeper ending, and we had our admin girl resign, and there's a lot going on. So to say, I just need help, I need help to do this, and this is something that I'm so thankful that I've been entrusted with this, and I feel very proud of what I've created. But in order for it to go the next level, I can't do it alone. So the biggest thing, I guess, what I want to say is what you will get is regular contact from me. You guys are except for my kids, my absolute priority. And I want you to hear that. And I'm not someone who blows smoke up your ass, and I don't mean it. Like, you are, if you guys want to be a part of this, then you will get 100% of me. So what I'm going to do is create a Facebook group, which I'll share about, and it's kind of an opt-in, but I will be doing regular lives on there. I will be connecting and chatting with you guys. If I'm in your area, you are the people that I'm going to be seeing, that I'm going to be catching up with. I want to build genuine friendships and relationships with all of you, because you are my tribe. You are my people, and I don't say that lightly. Like, you will be getting 100% of me, and if you need something, I am here. I give so much of myself on social media, but, I really see that, like, obviously my team, like my small, like, paid head office team, like Eliza and Gabs and Mark, and then we've got a few, well, you don't know, you don't get paid. He's like, I don't get paid. I'm like, I don't get paid at the moment either. But, so Gabs, and we've got Stacey and Lisa, our ambassadors, but the next level of what I want to give is to you guys. And to be honest, Mark and I were talking about this. I really want to get to a point where I can step back from, like, the day-to-day running of the business, and get into the, like, building the community, and really focusing on you guys. And I just see these incredible, like, events just for tribe support, for all of our tribe support, like mums, to get together. There'll be a bit of Whitney Houston. I'll give you a hot tip. And it's like, yes. But how powerful to be part of something where you're all like, you know what, I really believe in this, and I really want to back you. And you go into a room and you're instantly there with people who are of the same heart and the same spirit and the same passion for something. I feel like we're in a world where people have lost their passion. And if this can be, if it's drinking wine with other mums, that's your passion, I like it. Another big thing is, opportunities for paid positions, within Mums Who Wine. Like I shared, so Gabs, one of our ambassadors, she was just going above and beyond. If you've ever met her, she's an incredible human. And she, with an opportunity came up for a paid role, and we gave it to her because she has just gone above and beyond. And I'm not saying that's a motivation, but if that is something that I see, if we're going to be having 1 million members, we're probably going to need more than 4 people in our team. So as this builds, and as we're going to need more staff, admin, social media, all of the things, then I want it to be you guys. If you want it, obviously, like, if you want to do the jump from corporate like I did, or if you want to, if there could be a position for a day a week and you just help support this, and you're already doing it anyway, but I can do that. I think that's a pretty cool thing as well. And then tribe support only events, I said that, but, like, you almost started a diva war with your Whitney comment. Tribe support only events, yeah. So, like, I want to be doing, like, team building, catch ups, like, even doing lunches for, like, if there's tribe support in Canberra, and it's not like, okay, there's 5 positions and that's all there is. If there's 50 mums in Canberra that want to help be tribe support and want to put their hand up to do an occasional event or give a couple of mums a call, that's amazing. Like, it's not only a few spots. So, sorry, I should have actually, like, said at the start if anyone has any questions. Like, does anyone have any questions? I'm not even looking at the chat. Alison just offered some graphic design help, and that's another thing as well, guys. Like, we need help in all areas, to be honest. So if there's anything that you've got a gifting, a talent, experience, like, if it is, I don't know, social media, or if it is events experience, or if it's admin, or I don't know, if there's something that you feel that you could offer, or, whether it is just an hour every few weeks, or, hey, Loz, I've got a couple of hours, like, is there something I can do? Then that's something, pretty amazing. So we have a wealth of like knowledge and experience. So something like that would be really cool as well. Now, were there any questions, Mark? I can't see the chat. No question. Oh, I'm hearing amazing. Oh, oh, you're answering them as you're talking. Oh, good. I like that. I can offer a million years of admin experience. Oh, digital marketing, event management. Oh, amazing. Honestly, guys, the, you know what? It's just the biggest thing, isn't it? Like, I can help drink wine. Ali, yep, I like that. I can help do that too. I love your work, Ali. And then, okay, so what is the next step? And before I go into that, like Beck said, I think the biggest act of self-care, and I think as mums, we don't do this. And honestly, I am a very high performing person, and you guys can probably see that. I mean, I was a corporate lawyer for 10 years. I I literally live and breathe Mums Who Wine, and which is a good and a bad thing, but I have tried to do this on my own for a very long time, and which you do when you're a small business, you kind of have to. But I remember my brother-in-law, when I had Thomas, said, and it's so, and I feel I need to say this because I feel like I'm not talking to myself here. Like, if someone offers you help, take it. It's not a sign that you're not capable or that you're weak or anything like that. Um, so it's something that, yeah, so thank you. If you do have offers of help, I will take you up on it. Kaz, I did have a question about they'd started with 10 events and allowing maybe 2 non-member invites. Yeah, Kaz, I'm umming and ahhing about that. I definitely hear you in that, because I think people do, want to try events, for the smaller events and things like that. I'm just trying to, yeah, it's ticking along. At the moment, it's members only. And yeah, I think the biggest thing, Kaz, is they sell out, and I don't want members to miss out, like members who are paid and support us, um, to miss out on events when for the sake of non-members. And we will be doing non-member events, and we'll probably do we're not going to do, our non-member events won't just be huge ones. We'll still do them at smaller ones as well. But yeah, and I think with us, like, a lot, I get a few people say, oh, well, I want to try before I buy a membership. And I think part of it's like, but you know what, like, the membership's $69, and if you use it, if at 3 affiliates, you get your money back. So anyway, that's just a work in progress. I'm not saying no. It's just, at the moment, it's just members. But if that comes up a lot more, we might look at that. Okay, so how will this work? The next step. Take on the next step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create our own Tribe Support Facebook group. Okay. It's a closed group, it's a private group, and I am going to send you an email, or everyone, an email after this with the group link. And if any of this has resonated with you, if you want to be a part, as I said, please hear me. Like, I get it that we're busy, and if you can just share one social media post a year and that's all you can do, but that's your way to help me, I'm indebted to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like we come in a world where there's KPIs and there's targets and there's things like that. And I just, I'm just thankful for any help I can have. And so I'll create the Facebook group. And if you would like to be a part of this, and if you want to, really lock shields with me and help, then you can join the group. And obviously, as I said, if you do want to be Tribe Support, you are required to be a member. I hope that after hearing my heart, it's kind of a no-brainer to be a member anyway. I mean, literally just jump on our website and see all of the businesses alone. And we're at 300 affiliates, with Gabs on board, I want to be at least 500. So 500 businesses that we're supporting. So I'm going to create the Facebook group. I'll send an email out. And then from there, it's kind of going to be a situation where, look, if you personally, like maybe this will be easier, if you would like to say host an event, or if there's certain things that you know that, yep, that's something I absolutely want to do, you've got my email address. Feel free to just email me about it. But otherwise, in the tribe support, what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to put things in there. So, hey guys, does anyone have capacity to do some phone calls today? You know what? And if you've got capacity, jump on, yep, Loz, I can do it, blah, 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 and have it really interactive. And I also want to get testimonials of things that have worked and things that haven't, like we were saying about the people that called during Melbourne lockdown, how did you approach it and things like that. So we're all helping each other. And I think the thing is as well, each area is different. So I've experienced this firsthand. What works in inner West Melbourne, I go and do in Mornington Peninsula and it fizzles, or Canberra is different to Hobart. So the mums in your area, like what's going to work. So tell me and help me and let's build it together. So that's how we're going to run it at the start. As I said, this is really a new thing, and you can not opt in and you can be a part of it as much as you want. But again, if all of you go and talk to 5 mums about Mums Who Whine, then they talk, then they go talk to 5 mums. Like, even if you're just talking about it and sharing about it, now that you've heard my heart and how you want we grow it, it'll happen really organically and really powerfully. And then, there'll be certain campaigns and I'll put things in there, like we're going to run our self-care saves week again, different big events, fundraising things, I'll put that in and go, okay, guys, this is a really important thing. Please share it on your social media. Or alternatively, if you just see things, and I think the biggest thing is with social media, if you can actually share the Mums Who Whine, because then they see Mums Who Whine, they click on it and see from there. But honestly, I'm really excited, and I really hope that has provided some clarity. As I said, we're still working on it. I'm open to suggestions. Say, hey, Lauren, I think this could work really well. Or we just give things a crack and just we're all mums giving it a red hot go. And that's what it's about, really. So, or just get Lauren to move in behind your mum and Fred and then make them join. Yeah, I've literally moved into one of Beck's friends and I share a fence, and I message her and I'm like, what happens in the backyard stays in the backyard. If I'm yelling at my kids, please don't tell anyone. So were there any questions, ladies? As I said, I want it to be interactive.
A couple have asked about buying shirts in different sizes, so just sharing that.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
We'll be doing them again for the week.
Yeah, well, also, so with the self-care saves, guys, this is a bit of inside knowledge that doesn't...
Are we allowed to share?
That doesn't go from this. So I've actually put in an application to trademark self-care saves, and there is a trademark self-care. So my application has been knocked back. So I'm working with a lawyer to overcome that, which it should, because I think self-care is such a very general thing. So the self-care saves trademark has been approved for like drink bottles and coffee cups, which you'll see we've got the coffee cups. We want to do self-care saves conferences. We want to do big global, big conferences for empowering mothers and women, retreats and things like that. So that's okay. But the actual t-shirts, that's why we haven't been selling them, because we just don't want it, even though, we just don't want them to say, oh, well, it got knocked back and you're still selling them. So to answer your question, unfortunately, can't sell them at the moment, but hopefully we can soon. But in the interim, that's one other thing, just quickly, we're going to be releasing our own line of merchandise, more around like Mama Tribe and empowering mothers. We've got a graphic designer on board for that. We've got Deb, who was a head buyer at Cuba, who is helping us out. She's a local mama. And so we've got some exciting things coming up. We want to do some PJs and we want to do some t-shirts, and again, just ways to get our message out. So whilst we might not be able to do this for the moment, but so yeah, so asked about the t-shirt. So if anyone has any questions, and if you do, please don't, like a lot of people go, oh my gosh, like you're really busy and I don't want to annoy you. Just annoy me. You're not annoying me. I want to hear from you. If you know, you go away and you sort of have a think and go, oh, she didn't cover that or whatever, then email me and I will answer your question. And yeah, so I hope, uh, did that all make sense? And people like looking at me blanky. Um, do you get good traction from local councils? Uh, Look, to be honest, Anita, would they promote Mums Who Want It Mums Group? I have spoken to Hobson's Bay Council. I think there is some reluctance around the name, but um, yeah. So, but in saying that, no, they have supported. I don't think they can actually promote it, but they can um, like I work closely with the Hobsons Bay Council, so it might just be having a chat to them. And Alison, how is the money raised for Panda? So we currently donate 5% of all of our membership proceeds, obviously our shirts and things like that, um, to Panda, but we are actually looking at changing it up, which I won't go into full detail. But something that really sort of burns on my heart is to actually support our own local communities. You know, we hear these stories of, like, you would have seen, we're doing this Nominate a Mama campaign at the moment, where mums that have gone through a really difficult time who we're, you know, giving a free night out to. And I had 50 nominations of mums who have like left abusive marriages, who have lost children. Like one of them, Julia, who you would have seen a post about, you know, her daughter was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Thankfully, she's in remission. So I'm kind of looking at wanting to create a community fund which actually helps us support our local tribe a bit more, and whether that is moving away from Panda. And, you know, if a mum loses her job, we go and fill her fridge and things like that, which I think is more in line with kind of what we're doing. So, and would you consider giving a defence discount to defence partners' spouses? As Oh, Mark's like, definitely consider it. Is that for the dads?
For the memberships, yeah, both.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ali, yeah, definitely. Mark's like nodding, so I'm just like, yep. The questions. Yeah, so I hope that answered the thing about, so that's what we're doing currently, in terms of Panda.
Panda won't be mentioned.
Yeah, and I guess that's a big thing as well. Yeah, so we've raised over $40,000 for Panda, but they are pretty limit. They don't really share about any of the organisations, or they haven't really shared much about us. Not that we're asking for that, but because you know, and I am very mindful. Obviously, there's wine in the name, even though we've spoken with them and they're really good with that. The good thing with membership Australia wide. So yeah, so I hope that has, trying to get my son on board. And that's, again, that's another big thing, which is just a whole nother thing. We're also, in order to free up our time, we're wanting to really focus on Dads Who Wine, which we are rebranding to Dads Who, and it's going to have Dads Who Golf, Dads Who Scotch, Dads Who Cycle, and to create an incredible community for men, because you know that men need this. And it might not be as much event based, because unless it's around an activity, but it's more the membership, the affiliates, getting them. And honestly, come Father's Day, like, I don't think they need another pair of socks, or, you know, they need a membership where they can actually invest in their own mental health. So that's a whole nother thing as well. So I think that's something really powerful, and and then we can build our whole tribe of our dads as well. Dads who gin. So fantastic. All right, ladies. Oh my gosh, I kept it to 1 hour. High five. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you for giving me your time, for giving me your attention, for just wanting to support obviously not only myself, but this vision. I hope that it's all been really clear. If not, I'm open to any questions. And honestly, Mark and I were talking about it. Finish with some Whitney. Yes. But Mark and I were talking about this, and we just our spirit, our guts are just excited because I'm like, yes, it can't be us that's carrying it. We need this tribe to carry this and to build it. And we just honestly, I can't wait for whether it's a year, 5 years to look back. Remember that time when I was talking about, tribe support, and we were like, oh, we better make it quick because we need to go watch maths. And you look at it, and we've got hundreds of people, we've got tens of thousands of mums, investing in their self care, and it's all done really naturally. So I'm really, really excited.